Hello, beautiful people. It's Celia Musuning Zanyele here. Welcome to this YouTube channel. If you're coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, welcome. And if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for your support, data, and every opportunity that you're taking to watch my videos. And sorry, you'll have to bear with me today because without a lipstick, I feel so lost, but you know what? Something is pushing me to make this video. I'm waiting for my children. They are at the swimming pool. So I'm getting bored there. I've been waiting for them there and it's windy. I wanted to make a video there where I was sitting, but unfortunately it's so windy today and chilly as well. So I decided to come and sit in the car. So I'm thinking that man, there is this issue, man, that I want to share, that I feel like I want to tell you about it, and you'll just tell me what you think about it. This topic that I'm going to talk about, I was reminded by Lelo N and Ntando Mdleja and and Lelo Ndlovu podcast. They made videos about Gogo Maweni, how she brags about the contract that she has with her husband, that she would they agreed that if any of the two of them depart first, they must turn the other one into Mkovu so that the children do not suffer without another parent and having just one parent. Now that thing is no big deal, ne? But there are points that they are making. I can't remember whether it's Ntando or whether it's Lelo that spoke about these tendencies of Dr. Maweni of bragging so much about her witchcrafty tendencies, as to, can it be just cloud chasing? Can it be that she has noticed that it sells, and because it sells, she is capitalizing on the sales that come with her bragging? But those things that they are saying are like they are multifaceted to me. I'm asking myself, why is Dr. Maweni and to me Mswining, I'm not leaving her behind as well, because they've got similar traits, similar tendencies of bragging about some witchcrafty ways in which they are doing things. Even though to me Mswining, Gogo's Koteni won't directly say, like Maweni says. Maweni owns up to witchcraft like it's like nothing. It's like talking about buying sweets. Now, I am sorry, the lighting in here is so not good. I don't know what to do to make it a little bit better. Okay, fine, but at least you can see me, man. Now, I'm asking myself, what makes her sales go up? Who in the right mind wants to go to a traditional healer that has owned up to witchcraft? And when you look at this particular traditional healer, you can see that her sales are going up. Actually, people are supporting her. What is it that they are supporting her with? Have we really thought about that? That these people are going there to the person that has already owned up to witchcraft. This person has openly owned up to witchcraft. These people are going there, are flooding there. Do we really think they are going to a person that has owned up to witchcraft for therapy? I don't know. This to me is like, let me make an example. It's like, let's say we have a medical doctor that has owned up to selling drugs, to selling street drugs. These are dangerous street drugs. Openly, a person says, nah, I do sell. You want men drugs, you'll get it. You want heroin, you'll get it. You want nyaope, you'll get it. And then we see people flooding there. Are we still going to assume that these people, when they flood there, they are there for medical reasons? To a person that has owned up to selling illegal drugs, what does it say about us when people go there? Would you, in the right mind, go to a doctor that has owned up to selling illegal drugs? That is an example, a clear example. And be there on cue, knowing very well that the next person that you are there, they could be there for the illegal drugs that this particular doctor has owned up to. I don't know whether my example is going to rub people the wrong way, but there is a point that I want to drive home with this example, that these people getting riches from these people that are coming to them, flocking to them. What does it tell us? I want to give you a short story time. The story time I'm going to do for you is something that happened in 2016. Remember, I made a video about how I survived TIA and stroke in 2016. And thereafter getting out of the medical hospital, I was sent to a psychiatric hospital. And then after that, now the story time that I'm giving you, it's about that period just after my release from the psychiatric hospital. I was still not fully well, and I had many episodes of a feeling of I'm getting another stroke. So what I'm going to tell you, this story is about that time. Now, there was a lady at work that had just arrived at work. She was new, but she was elderly. She could be in her late 50s. She was just about to be 60, but she had not turned 60 yet. So she was a lady that I looked up to. She was classy. She was a teacher. So that is a lady that I'm gonna tell you about. Okay, I get a call from a colleague that I was working with at the time, but she had not been there for long. She had been there for a few months. Fine, I get a call from her. Then she tells me that she knows why I got... No, at first she just asked, how am I doing? I'm telling her, no, I'm feeling better and what not. When she's asking, when am I coming back? Because it was towards the end of the year. I'm telling her that, no, I'll be coming back in January when schools reopen. Okay, she's fine. And then she asks me, can I come and see you? Innocently, I'm like, no, it's fine, no problem. You'll tell me when you can come. And then she tells me that, you know what? Actually, when I come there, I want to pick you up. I want to take you somewhere. I've had something about why you are sick. I've heard from this friend of yours. I had that friend that I confided in. She says, I've heard from her that actually your ex-husband has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is the reason why you are getting you got a stroke. Now I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Okay, fine. Just like everybody else that have had that thing for the first time, they all get angry. And she is angry like everybody that has been angry. And then she says, she insists that I want to come there, but I'm going to pick you up. Actually, the reason why I want to take you is because I want to take you to 2 people. The one that I'm going to take you to is going to deal with you and help you with your medical state. I heard you're not okay and you survived the stroke. You survived what? This lady is good. Stroke was sharper. You know when people can say, stroke was sharper, man. Okay, fine. At first, I'm thinking maybe she's talking about a medical doctor, ne? And then she says, and then because I believe that you need to get revenge for what he has done to you, I'm thinking of the second one. So these 2 people are my doctors. These are people that I have helped me over the years and what. How? So I'll call you later and tell you about it. As she was talking, she was at work. She said, I'll call you later. I'll tell you everything about it. Now I'm looking forward to hearing about this. That evening, she calls again. She's relaxed now. She tells me that, hey, you know what? The minute she said that, I just know, oh, okay, fine, no. We're not talking medical doctors now. I know this language. And then she says, there are two people that I want to take you to. One is the one that I told you about during the day, that as Togo was a sharper, I know that you'll be okay in no time. You'll be running like a springbok. Number 2, this one is the best of the best. These 2 people I've been with for so many years. Number 2 is a person that is good at both worlds. By that I mean she's good at both sides. Wa alafa ibile wa sharp. Like, oh, okay. She tells me about her story. Now, you know what? Let me give you a short story of my life. Yes, I didn't go through the stroke, but what I'm going to tell you is there was a time when my husband had some madness, some women madness that was driving him. He met this lady. This lady was like what and what. And you know, most married women, when their men cheat, they usually think the girlfriend has done something traditionally to their husbands for them to act that way. So she insinuates that there was a lady in the man's life, and then no, not the man wanted divorce, she wanted divorce. She felt so helpless for fighting for this man, to a point where she felt like I need to divorce this man. But you can tell from what she was saying that actually she wasn't that very serious about divorce. But the way her husband did things, she ended up having to be left with only that option, to divorce him. And he did not care. Fine. She says she went to these 2 people. because she wasn't okay, and she also wanted the wife, because they would say that language, and then they both helped her in that regard. And then this other one, this specific one, that is good at both worlds. She says she did her thing, man. She did her thing to a point where the day before their divorce was finalized, the husband was like, "Are you serious? Are you serious divorcing me? Are you serious?" And she could see that, this man actually now does not believe that she is divorcing him. And then she says that morning she was supposed to start at work, because her attorney told her that they must be at the court by 9, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. So she decided to start at work first. I don't know for what reason, but she says when she arrived at work, she got into the office and then she was called outside to come and see. When she goes outside to go and see what's happening outside, it's her husband. He has brought a BMW 7 Series, brand new from the box. They were wealthy. They were okay. The husband was working at correctional services, and besides that they had taxi business as well. She says she could not believe, and the husband was on his knees begging for forgiveness and begging for the divorce to be cancelled. And she says she had no other way except for cancelling the divorce. She had to call the attorney and tell the attorney that I'm no longer coming. And she says from then onwards, they were like, okay, they had he told her that I have dumped that woman. I don't want anything. I want to focus on our marriage. We work on our marriage. Now she attributed that thing that happened to this other person that she wanted to take me to. She said she has taken other people as well there, and that person has done wonders for other people. Therefore, he would definitely do wonders for me too. Now I'm like, what? Now she insists she wants to come and take me. And I'm like, my heart was beating like, okay, she wants me to decide when can she come and take me there. Now I wanted to find something that I can hold on to that can make me unavailable for her to go there with. And I started by saying I do not have money. And she said, no, this person does not work with money. This person you only pay after the results have shown. That's how good that person is. The proof is in the pudding of that person. If you're not getting what you want, you don't pay. I'm like, this is getting serious. This is becoming serious now. And I thought, what other thing can I grab on now? Because guys, let me tell you something. I'm gonna repeat this. I know it's getting boring. I was born in a Jehovah's Witness family. I am the 4th generation on my mother's side, the 3rd generation on my father's side. At my home, we don't do any form of any tradition. Nothing, none whatsoever. In my whole life, I had never been to any doctor. I had never been to any traditional healer. I had never been to anything. Now, when she comes with this idea, I understand that it comes from the goodness of her heart, and it comes from like genuine empathy on her side and sympathy as well. But I was not gonna risk that, because now I am trained in a certain way. My mind is trained in a certain way. I was trained just to focus on God. I was trained to focus on the life as it is, and hope that God will help you. That's how I was trained my whole life. So I was not going to go there with her, because now I ask her, what is it that we are going there to do for me? And she is adamant. This man must twanaka di pampiri. He must go mad. He must first go mad, and then I will decide what should happen after that. She said, I can decide how long should he be mad. Like madness, like not just mental illness. Like she said, and if you want him to die, you'll tell that person that after this period of time, I want him dead, but he must suffer first. This person is angrier than me, eh? Hey guys, I'm angry. I've been angry at that man at one time, but not to that level. I don't know. Maybe it's because I always felt like he's still the father of my children. Even after everything that he has done, I wouldn't want my children to go see their father at a tombstone. I don't know. Also, will rob me from an apology that I must get from him. It's like, when will he acknowledge what he has done? When will he admit what he has done if he's going to die? Now I don't want to lie, I was shocked for days. Now being shocked for days, the lady was like, I'm giving you tonight to think about it. I'll call tomorrow. We have to go there. Tomorrow, I was like, no, I'm sick. And actually, I was sick. I don't want to lie. I was sick. I had just relapsed because I am coming from the medical. I'm coming from stroke. I'm coming from the TIA and the stroke. And I'm also coming from the psychiatric hospital by then. And now and then I was getting false episodes of stroke. I don't know, maybe people that have been through stroke or can relate to this. I don't know. I would literally feel like I'm having another episode of a stroke. Now and then I would have that. I don't know whether it was just a psychosomatic symptom or maybe it was the after effects of that. I don't know. But I would have those episodes. And the minute the stress goes up, the stress level goes up, it would be worse. Fine. Then the following day, she calls and says, have you decided? I said, you know what? I've never done this in my life, so I'm afraid. I felt like I needed to tell her the truth. That, you know what, I was raised this way and that way and that way. She was like, you do not know anything. You are going there. We are going. We have to. Hey man, I used all sorts of excuses just to get out of that issue. She was just persuasive. She was not bossy, but she was persuasive, and I could understand because when you hear something like that for the very first time, that there is a father that instead of protecting their daughter, they are the ones that attacked their daughter. You feel some level of anger naturally. It's like that. So I've seen many people get even more angry than I was. So she was one of those, and I could tell that it's not that she is bad-hearted, she is not bossy, but she is just angry about the injustice that has happened, and the fact that I'm not getting justice. It was making her angry. She felt like we need to construct the justice that we are not getting from the justice system. So, Amen, I tried to avoid the matter, and she was like, when are we going? Until she says, I'm coming tomorrow and set up the time. Send me the WhatsApp location. I said, okay, fine, I'll send you the WhatsApp location. And after a while, she was like, where is the WhatsApp location? And I did not answer. Instead of, now she's sending the messages now. Where is the WhatsApp location? I'm waiting for the WhatsApp location. And I'm not sending the WhatsApp location. She ends up telling me on by WhatsApp that I'll be there at this particular time. I know where you stay. I've already gotten the direction, so just be ready. The time and the date that she gave me was going to be tomorrow. Yo, that early morning I woke up sick, guys. I woke up sick. I had to go take my children to school that early morning. I dropped them. After dropping them, the first two, the oldest one was always the last one that I would drop because her school was furthest. So on my way to drop her, yeah, I felt like I was getting another stroke attack. I was so sure that I was getting another stroke, and I was so sure that this one I'm not going to survive. Yo. It was bad. And I don't want my daughter to see that, hey, rough, bad. So I dropped her at school and pretended that I just want to wave at her. That's why I'm waiting at school. And then she gets into the schoolyard. I think she forgets. She does not even think that mommy is sick, that mommy is parking outside. You know what? I parked there and I decided, let me take a nap, because, man, I was numb. This whole side was just numb. I could swear that I'm getting another stroke, and I didn't know what to do. I don't know. For the first time, I didn't know what to do because I felt like I was not going to be able to drive back home. So I decided the next best thing is for me to just take a nap a little bit. And instead of lying down in the car, I decided to lie on the steering wheel. I just grabbed the steering wheel and try and lean on the steering wheel. And I was gone for a few minutes. It wasn't long. It was not even 30 minutes that I had been napping on the steering wheel when my phone rang. So when my phone rang, it is my other friend. Now this other friend calls me, where are you? I'm even telling her how I feel. I think it was also the fear of not going home because I know she was coming. She was even saying, I'm taking time from work to come there, to take you there. I'm like, how am I going to get out of this one? Yo. And then my friend says, where are you? I'm telling her, and she's like, hey, now we have a problem. She also does drive. She does have a car, But unfortunately, she does not have someone that she can drive with to come to me, so that at least that person or her can drive my car while I am a passenger then, because I'm telling her that I feel like I cannot drive, because even driving here was a hassle. I had to pull up the biggest pretense of them all. And she's like, okay, fine, please stay there for a while I'm thinking as to what can I do, who can I get hold of, so that we can come and fetch you with a car, because now it's not just me, it's me and the car. Then I think while she's busy trying to find people, somehow God has got wonders, I can attribute this one to him, because even her timing of calling just when I was feeling like that, and this was not a friend that I can call a close friend, a person that I can say they know each and every detail about me. It was just, and she happened to be a nurse. She happened to be off for that for that week, because she was preparing for her brother's son's wedding. Let me say her nephew's wedding. She was preparing for a wedding for his nephew, so he took some days off. And she's usually working at clinic. She does not necessarily get off during the week. So it was just coincidence that this is the person with the right medical skill that I needed. She had the time, she had even her timing of her call. It was like, man, it was set up. That's how I know. Those are few of the moments that I can attest to God's presence and say God does exist. There are things that I feel like I could not do this because 1, 2, 3. I managed to pull out of this one because of 1, 2, 3. That incident is one of the incidents that I can attribute to him. And she calls. Then she is busy trying to look for people that can come and help me to, because I'm far away. I'm 15 kilometers away. And she was just like, I was just checking up on you. And I happened to be in that predicament. For some reason, after I've spoken to her, I tried to nap, but I got some renewed strength that some renewed strength that I cannot explain. So I managed to feel like, man, I can drive. Let me try. I started the car. I drove, telling myself that I'm going to drive very, very slow. Unbeknownst to me, she is on that side trying to call people as well to find who can help her come pick me up, so that at least they can take me and the car home and arrange for that afternoon who will go back to take the children from the school. And it so happened that when she calls again, already I'm on the road and telling her that, you know what, I'm trying to drive and so far I'm winning. I'm driving home, so I'm coming home. And she was like, okay, fine. Already I've parked at your home because I didn't know what else to do. I've parked here at your home, hoping I can even see, because we were living next to the garage. Maybe I can see somebody that is working at a garage that maybe I can negotiate with, so that we can come and pick you. But now that you are on the way, just know that I am here. Be rest assured. I drove. She called every 5 minutes. She called, and it's about a 15-minute drive. Maybe that day I took about 20 minutes. She was calling every 5 minutes. And at one of the calls, while she was trying to call, I was here, and I just managed to get out of the car. She just hold me, put me in her car, and says, "We are going to my place." Then when you get there, she asks me what is wrong. I tell her how I feel. I don't even tell her about that lady. I just tell her about how I feel. I explain. And by the way, she has expertise of psych. She has done psych as well. It's one of her specialties. So she was like, she listened to everything and she said, you know what, I think these are psychosomatic symptoms. I'm thinking you just need a rest, a good rest. So you are going to rest here. And she just made sure she gave me one of her guest bedrooms. She let me sleep there. Guys, I still cannot forget that even to this day, that I managed to sleep so peacefully. She arranged for the transport for the children to be fetched from school, and I'm grateful for such people in my life. I'm grateful that God had made sure that there are few people that I can say, this one has done this for me, this one has done that for me, this one. She is one of the people that had done the greatest thing for me. Now, back to my story. The lady comes, she doesn't find me because now it happened that the other friend has taken me to her place. And I slept, man. I think I woke up around 2. When I woke up around 2, I felt so much better. So much better, so much so I could wake up and just go and sit and watch television, waiting for my friend to come home. I was so much better. And the time had passed for that lady to come, and it was like I had she didn't find me, but she could see the car because the car was parked outside. She could see the car, but when I wake up to many calls. Luckily, my friend said switch off the phone or put it on silent so that you can be able to sleep. And I don't know which one I did between the two of them, but I do remember that when I woke up, when I checked my phone, there was so many missed calls from her. She was trying to come and fetch me, and she did not find me. Now, and she was angry, I think, because after that, she never tried again. The next time we'd meet was at school when I am back from the long sick leave, and we never spoke about that ever again. That matter was never spoken about ever again. Fine. Now, what is my point with this story time? My point is, it was 2016 when I heard that there is a person that masters the two. She masters healing. She also masters bewitching people. He or she, I did not even meet her. I did not even ask. I remember well that actually I did not even ask. I assumed it was a female. I don't know what gave me that assumption, because in our languages, unless a person, you ask a person to say, is it a man or a woman, that's when you would know the gender. But in our everyday talk in Sesotho, you can't tell if the person is talking about a male or a female unless they specify to say ndate or a male. But she was using mutu o. That mutu o. So that is gender neutral. So to this date, I'm still afraid to ask that person that you wanted to take me to, was it a female or a male? Because I feel like it was irrelevant. What would I do if, after asking whether it's a man or a woman? So my point is, it has been 6 years now in my knowledge, knowing that there are people that master two things. What makes us doubt Maweni to say she does master two of both worlds? What if there are people like Maweni, she just happens to be chop 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 chop. Because as you can see, more and more people are talking openly about what they do. Let's talk about prostitutes. We used to grow up hearing just there are people that are doing sex work, but you'd hear people this one. There were no people that stood up to say, I am a sex worker. Today we have people that stand up to say, I am a sex worker. What makes us think there are not going to be people that stand up and say, I'm a witch? Do we really think that we can doubt them that much? Can there be a person that have got children, 3 for that matter, that knows very well that whatever they say is going to spill on their children as well? Can they own up to something that can even be dangerous to their children for no reason? I'm not saying I believe in witchcraft. Every problem that I've had in my life, I do not own it up to witchcraft or blame it up to witchcraft. I refuse to do that. Because I've seen people that blame everything on witchcraft. What tens of them? They end up being slaves of trying not to be bewitched. And I don't want to be that. And I feel like I'm fine without rushing after trying to be not being bewitched. I feel like my life is heavy on its own. I don't need another heaviness of knowing that I must get some coarse salt. I must get this. And I'm not implying that it's wrong to do that. I'm just saying I can't do that now myself. It would be too much for me. And I was not raised that way. As much as the religion that I grew up in, I know it's a cult by now. I know that there are many, many things that I do not like about it. But there are those few that I feel like they are still beneficial. And one of the things that was instilled was not to fear witchcraft. And I don't fear witchcraft. And because of that, I live peacefully. But can I claim that witchcraft does not exist? That would be stupidity on my side, because even the Bible does say they do exist. So if the Bible says they do exist, who are they? Why can't it be Gogo Maweni? Why do we doubt her just because she has owned up to it? Over the years, people have been accused of witchcraft. People have gone to traditional healers to be helped for things that were said they were witchcrafted for them to have. Who was feeding the witchcraft energy all that time? If it did not exist, and if it does not totally exist, why were people saying, hey, hey? Why was there that concept? Why was it there in the first place? And now that there are people that are owning up to it, why are we doubting them? Why are we doubting them? So I don't know. I'm just saying, these are just questions that are in my head to say, what if this woman, she knows what she's talking about? What if Gogo Maweni knows exactly what she's talking about? What if she's not wrong? What if she's telling the truth? She's one of the witches that are owning up to her witchcraft ways, whatever. And why are her sales going up? Phela Gogo Mawene's sales are going up because there are people that go to her. I don't want to say she is lying. I don't want to say that because yes, Solomon. She knows what she's talking about, this woman. Now, when I remember my experience of 2016, I did not go there, but I don't know, had I gone there, where would my ex-husband be today? Since this person, I was told that I will even pay only when the work is done. Think about that. Thank you so much. My children are here already. They're coming from the swimming. We are about to leave home now. Thank you so much and bye-bye.
Bye.
Think about it.